Just imagine, just by the change of a key, the entire life of two people can change. You would not have seen so many twists in any movie. The story starts on a rainy night where we see a man wearing plastic gloves and a plastic suit. But he was wearing this suit not to save himself from rain, but to not leave any evidence. After this, we see a man wearing a suit and boots, who was passing by his car with an umbrella. Then the killer came out of the car and stabbed the man in the stomach and killed him and then hid him in the trunk of the car. After this, he sat in the car and took out his suit, and then his real face was revealed. The name of this professional killer was Jack. He looked at the time on his watch, and as soon as the right time came, he left with the car. Then the next morning we see a young man named Harry who was very upset with his life. He wanted to become an actor but was not getting work. He did not have a single penny and he was very upset with his life. He was worried, but at that moment his landlady knocked on the door and said that she has brought noodles for him. Harry tried to ignore her, but then he could not stop himself on hearing the name of Noodles. As soon as he opened the door, the landlady started shouting at him because he had not paid the rent for many months. Now the landlady asked him to pay the rent by tomorrow morning or else she would throw him out of the house. Then she asked Harry to take a bath because the whole house was stinking like a gutter. Now he went to a public sauna to take a bath. There he saw Jack, who was cleaning the blood on his hands with the wash basin. Then Harry's eyes fell on his precious watch and he understood that the man was very rich. Well, then Harry started taking a bath, and after some time Jack also entered the sauna. Suddenly the soap slipped from Harry's hands and Jack was walking towards there, and his foot fell on the soap, due to which he slipped and fell with a great force and his head fell on the ground. As soon as he was hit, he fainted and the key of his locker slipped from his hand and fell straight at Harry's feet. Now Harry went to see Jack with the rest of the people. Then he bent down to return the key of Jack's locker, and then he changed his mind and he replaced Jack's key with his own. After this, when Jack was taken to the hospital, Harry went to the locker room and opened Jack's locker. As soon as he looked inside, Harry's eyes lit up and he came out wearing Jack's expensive suit and boots. After this, he went straight to his mistress and paid all her money. After this, he returned the money to all the other people from whom he had borrowed. Finally, he sat in Jack's priceless car and started thinking that maybe all this was a dream and soon his eyes would open. Now he decided to go to the hospital and return everything to Jack. But as soon as he reached the hospital, he saw that Jack was calling his name. But the truth was that Jack was thinking that his name was Harry because the doctors had called him Harry. It was told that actually Jack had lost his memory due to a head injury. When Harry came to know about this, he panicked and left from there immediately. Later, when Jack was leaving the hospital, he found that he did not have money to pay the bill. Then a paramedic named Lena felt sorry for him and decided to pay Jack's bill. Now Jack did not know anything about who he was and what work he did. But still he promised Lena that he would definitely return her money. After this, when Lena went to drop him home, Lena asked him his name and age, but Jack did not know how old he was. He looked at his papers and according to them, he was only 32 years old. But Lena was surprised to hear this because he looked much older than that. On the other hand, Harry found Jack's address and reached his house. Seeing such a luxurious house, he was stunned. He had never seen so much wealth in his life. While roaming in the house, she found many uniforms which belonged to Jack. Some of them were military and some were police. On the other hand, Lena and Jack reached Harry's house as per the address in the papers, and both of them were shocked to see the condition there. Jack could not understand why he was living in the house like this. Then Lena got the news of an accident on her radio and she immediately started leaving. Jack wanted to return her money, but Lena said that they will meet again later and then he can return the money. On the other hand, Harry was resting in that luxurious house and then he switched on the TV, but what he saw there blew his senses. Instead of TV channels, a live video of a girl from the neighborhood was playing in which she was doing yoga. Jack was still trying to find out more about himself. He thought of going out and talking to the neighbors. He started knocking on their doors and trying to talk to them, but everyone thought that he was a salesman who had come to give them something. Then he met a stranger who was very angry. Jack started questioning him too, but that angry man attacked Jack. Suddenly Jack's hands and legs started moving on their own and he defended himself. He could not understand how he did this. After some time, when Lena came back to see him, she saw that Jack was lying on the ground and coughing. Actually, he was trying to smoke a cigarette, but he was facing a lot of difficulty. On this, Lena started thinking that if you are not able to smoke, then don't smoke. Jack told her that he had found a lot of cigarettes in the house. Thought that maybe I am a drunkard. Well, when Lena spent some time with him, she saw that Jack was very good with knives, so she took him with her to her aunt's restaurant. Actually, she did not want to employ Jack, but after Lena requested him, he agreed, but he had two conditions: that Jack will talk to her lovingly and smile more, otherwise all the customers will run away. Harry was still investigating Jack's real house. He found more money hidden here and there. Apart from this, expensive liquor bottles were found there along with a whole collection of knives, and there were many fake ID cards and passports in that house. After this, he saw a board which gave a lot of information about the girl from the same neighborhood, Ju. Then there was some noise on the police radios present there, so Harry calculated that this must be a policeman. Then he thought that Ju must be a witness in some case and the responsibility of protecting her was on him. Harry tried to find Juju's house and he met many people in the building, but he could not meet Juju. Tired of this, he returned to his house and turned on the TV where he saw Juju practicing something. After getting hurt on her head, she pretended to fall down. Then she was practicing the same thing again and again. Harry realized that this noise was coming from the room upstairs, so Juju must be living there. After some time, Harry went outside her house and knocked on the door. When Juju opened the door, Harry told her that he was her new neighbor, and then he tried to befriend Juju by pushing her, but Juju was not interested in him, and she soon closed the door. Meanwhile, we see that Jack was working diligently in the restaurant, and with the help of his talent of sharpening knives, he had become a very good chef. The crowd started gathering in Ray because of the new dishes prepared by her. After a few days, Lena came to his house with Jack and told him that he will get his first salary on 25th. Then Jack saw the calendar on the wall. Lena told him that it is last month's calendar. Later, after Lena left, Jack turned the page of the calendar and he came to know that he has to go somewhere tomorrow. When he reached that place the next day, he saw a man who was taking people's names and making them sit in the car. Jack asked the man where they were going. Actually, they were all actors who were going to the set. Now Jack was living Henry's life, so he read out his name and went to work with them. But he made many mistakes the whole day on the set. On the other hand, we see that Harry was following Anja to protect her. When she came to the hallway, she suddenly got scared after seeing someone and started walking in the opposite direction. Harry saw her and then his eyes fell on a man who was following Juju. He remembered that he had seen this man on Jack's board. Now he saved Juju from that man's eyes and brought her to the parking area. There in the evening, after the shooting was over, Jack got the money. Then he found his father's name in front of his name in the list. His father was a barber and he went to his shop to meet him. At that time, his father was talking to his customer about the real Harry, but Jack felt that the talk was about him. His father thought that Harry was a useless person, and after listening to all this, Jack became very disappointed and quietly left from there. Later, he told Lena that before the accident he was trying to become an actor, and now he will work hard to fulfill his dream with double the zeal. On the other hand, we see that at night Ju gathered all her things and went and stood across the road, but no one came there for a long time. She went back to her house to see if she had gone on the wrong date, and she calculated that maybe she would have to go next Thursday. On the other hand, Jack was busy preparing to become an actor at his home. Later, when he reached the film set, he got the role of the hero's bodyguard. But as soon as the fight sequence started, Jack could not stop himself and started defending the hero by entering in between. After the shot was completed, the director came to him and asked his name. Jack apologized to him because he felt that he spoiled the whole scene by coming in between, but actually the director was very happy with his fighting skills. After this, we see that on the next Thursday Ungerbach was there, but the person she was waiting for did not come again this time. On the other hand, Jack reached his next shooting and he had to speak some dialogues, but he was having trouble remembering the lines. When the director said action, Jack forgot the line and said just 2 words, but the director really enjoyed his 2 words. After this, his fighting scene happened and he surprised everyone with his skills. Soon his episode came on TV and many customers coming to the restaurant recognized him. Now people started taking pictures with him. Slowly the days were passing and now Harry was winning Juju's trust by talking to her a little. Soon both of them came very close and started loving each other. On the other hand, Jack went for the shooting of his next episode, but there the hero called the producer and asked him to change the story because he was afraid that Jack might become more famous than him. When that episode came on TV, people could not understand what he did all of a sudden. Well, that night a phone rang in Jack's real house. Harry picked up the phone. The caller asked Harry to meet him as soon as possible. Now Harry reached that meeting wearing sunglasses and a mask. All the men present there were treating him with respect because they knew how dangerous a professional killer Jack was. They asked Harry why he had not completed the task of killing Onjanras on the 25th of last month. They told Harry that he would have to complete his mission as soon as possible, otherwise if Ju goes to the police, the matter would get messed up. At the same time, we see that a man was secretly listening to all the talks of this meeting. When Harry left the meeting, he asked his men to follow Harry so that he could find Ju. When Harry returned home, he was very angry because now he understood that Jack is not actually a policeman but a serial killer. Jack was shooting for the next episode. The hero of the series was so jealous of Jack that this time while acting during the shooting, he really hit Jack on the head with a stick. Jack was very angry at this, but then he smiled and asked if he gave the right take. After a few days, we see that Harry had started following Jack. Finally, Jack stopped him and asked, "Are you my fan?" "Yes, sir. I love you very much. Please give an autograph to my weapon." Jack also wrote his name on her anklets without thinking much. During all this, Jack and Lena also came very close to each other. Well, on the next Thursday, Ju came on the road once again with her luggage, but this time Harry decided to go in front of her. He said that I am a policeman who was sent here for your safety, but now he had actually fallen in love with Juju and wanted them to stay together forever. But then the goons of that rich businessman sent Juju and Harry's photos to their boss, who ordered to kill them both. Then the next day, Jack had a day off from work, so he asked Lena and her family to come with him on a picnic. They all had a lot of fun together, and Jack looked at the sky and said that now he has started liking this life. But then in the evening, when they were returning home, it started raining heavily, and a song played on the radio, due to which Jack slowly started remembering everything about his past life. He started seeing glimpses of the days before the accident, and he started remembering. He came to know that he is a professional killer. Now Jack went straight to meet Ju, but Harry thought that he has come to kill him. He tried to stop Jack, but he could not stand in front of Jack. Well, later Jack revealed that he is not a killer. Whenever there is a ransom in the underworld to kill someone, he meets that person and tells him everything about the death contract. Then Jack asks them to pretend to be dead so that they can go away from this city and start a new life. Hearing all this, everyone used to agree, because if they do not agree, then Jack will not kill them but someone else will. In this way, Jack used to make people happy on both sides without killing anyone. Then Jack told that someone had given him the mission to kill Ju because he has such a secret flash drive, which can ruin the business of a rich businessman if it comes out. Now Jack explained to Ju that he had to kill Ju. They will have to leave the country, otherwise they will kill him, but Ju said that she cannot leave Harry alone because now her life is also in danger. But Harry said in despair that I am already fed up with life. You go, it's okay, don't worry about me. But Jack had a plan in his mind in which all three of them will have to pretend to die together, and then they will be able to start their lives afresh. But to make this plan successful, they will have to give a tremendous performance, otherwise if anyone gets to know that they are alive, then the other killers will kill them. Finally, Jack went to meet Lena for the last time and told her that his memory has returned and now he is leaving everything and going back. Jack said that I am not the man whom you know, that's why I have to go away from you. Hearing this, Lena got very angry and said that I have nothing to do with your past life. Now whatever happened is enough for me. But after Jack left, Lena did not feel well, and now she sat in the ambulance and followed Jack. Soon Jack reached a warehouse where they were going to execute their plan. Harry came there with Ju. Here the businessman and his disciples were keeping an eye on him. Then Harry said that he had pretended to be in love with Ju so that she would start believing him, and then he pretended to kill Ju in front of everyone and threw the flash drive towards the businessman. As soon as the goon moved forward to pick it up from him, suddenly Jack came in front of him and everyone was stunned as to who this was, but soon they realized that Jack was also another killer called by them. Actually, they had called many killers to kill Ju and Harry, and some of those calls came on Jack's different phones. After this, Harry and Jack started pretending to fight, and after a lot of acting, both of them stood at one place while Ju was holding the special controller. But then suddenly the whole plan went haywire because Lena suddenly fell down. Jack tried to push her away, but she was adamant on taking her back. She even made Jack drop the fake knife from his hand. Jack signaled Harry to take out the fake knife stuck in his leg and attack them. Harry did exactly the same, and Jack pulled Lena behind him so that the fake knife could hit him. Then he pointed towards Ju, and on pressing a button, a huge container fell on them. The goons started coming near the container to check whether they were dead or not, and Jack was trying to silence Lena somehow. Well, during this time he signaled Harry, who poured fake blood from under the container. The goons got caught in their trap and they thought that all of them were killed. Well, after all the goons left, Jack and the others came out of the container. The sword was now removed from Ju and Harry's heads. They both hugged each other and expressed their love. Jack followed Lena to the ambulance and told her that his real age was 45 years. Anyway, Lena did not say much and left her on her TV set. During the shooting, Jack was speaking his lines as if he was talking to Lena. He said that ideally he should leave, but he cannot do so because he has also fallen in love now. He wanted to erase his old identity and live with her. Lena was very happy with this and their life is set. Both our boys are settled. We will meet in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.